Hey guys, I don't know if you're like me, but I love Count the Dings and everything it has to offer. I just can't find everything I need. You know, I know about Cinephobe, and I know about the mailbag, and I know about Bomb, but that's all we do, right, Amin?
No, we do so much more.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. If you sign up patreon.com/countthedings, you'll find a plethora of other content, fresh content, extended content, the OG pod overflow, the Cinephobe cold opens that we've taken and made their own thing to live only there, the Rewatchingtons, Bomb in its full and unadulterated cut, early drops of Cinephobe episodes, and so much more.
Said the OG pod. Now, is it new or is it old?
Mace, I'm glad you asked that. It is a new incarnation of the old OG pod.
Oh.
So it's me, Zach, Trey, Waz, Tom.
I love those guys.
Just like we always were. Going back to the True Hoop days, we're recreating that magic, recapturing it, and putting it back out. We're talking hoops, we're talking pop culture, and most importantly, we're talking for 40 minutes for free, but then another specific Patreon exclusive segment for every one of those episodes.
Funny enough about that OG pod, you're getting Tom and Trey on Mondays. You're getting me and Waz, aka Zosny, on Wednesdays. Amin's floating in between.
I'm a floater.
You never know when you're going to get Amin in those, so you got to listen to them all.
And what if I'm not sure what Mayes looks like? Because I've always thought he's a fat man with a fedora. He's got a weird voice. How can I see for myself what this Mayes character actually looks like?
It's crazy you don't know the answer to this because it's the Cinephobe Pod YouTube page.
What?
The CT5s on the Cinephobe Pod YouTube page, you can look at all of us.
You can get all the OG pods on YouTube too, at Count the Dings 1 on YouTube, at Cinephobe Pod on YouTube, patreon.com/Count the Dings gets you everything all in one feed. You can link it to your Spotify. And now enjoy the show.
Okay, you can do this.
I know. Carvana makes it so convenient to sell your car. It's just hard to let go. My car and I have been through so much together.
But look, you already have a great offer from Carvana. That was fast.
Well, I know my license plate and VIN by heart, and those questions were easy.
You're almost there. Now to just accept the offer and schedule a pickup or drop-off.
How'd you do it? How are you so strong in letting go of your car?
Well, I already made up my mind, and Carvana's so easy.
Yeah, true. And sold.
Go to Carvana.com to sell your car the convenient way.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Summer is supposed to be an opportunity to slow down, but when you look at your kids, you can't help but notice that your kids are growing up fast. Help them build independence as they grow with Greenlight. Greenlight is a debit card and money app for families, where parents can keep an eye on kids' money habits while kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. It's the easy, convenient way to raise financially smart kids. Get your first month free when you sign up at greenlight.com/Spotify.
This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use, but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year, and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
Call me a traditionalist. I see people saying that they listened to the Surviving the Game episode today, a Wednesday. I wait till it comes out.
Well, it is out.
It is out.
If you're a Patreon, it's out.
I know. I wait for the feed with the rest of the people.
You listen to the one with the commercials?
Yeah. I listen to every single commercial we've got. I sometimes listen to commercials 10 times.
A lot of people complain about the number of commercials. And Maze is like, there's a skip 15 seconds ahead button that you can just hit right there.
Yeah.
I like to hit the other button.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Take it back 15 seconds.
Absolutely.
We run through those commercials one more time.
That way, if you're not a Patreon, you can still do some patronage.
There you go.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The best way to do patronage, though?
What's that?
Showing up to the live show, buying tickets.
That happened a month ago?
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was great.
And show up to the next one.
Show up to the next one.
But you're right.
That is great patronage.
That is the ultimate patronage. I hope you had fun at the live show. We had fun. It was great to see everybody.
Right. That was a wedding.
Amin unfortunately could not keep his word. He could not take unlimited photos with people.
I took unlimited photos.
Well, no, that's
Mr. Unlimited.
The wedding was great, man. I couldn't believe that Mo ran from the altar. No?
Runaway bride.
I told Bo, expect a fist fight to happen at this wedding because too much in-person Zach time.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
I can only deal with you in like small, limited doses. Okay, I don't see you again for months and months.
We had a great time in Houston when we watched those break dancers at that one bar.
We did, but again, limited times.
Yeah, that was on night, right?
Limited windows, we're fine.
Well, we don't have to fucking hold each other's hand throughout the whole wedding.
Well, you're the one that fucking decided to stay at the same hotel.
You told me to stay at that hotel. You said get in the adjoining room.
I mean, seems like you might have brought this upon yourself.
Yeah, I don't need to hang out with you anyway.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't remove himself from accountability, as we'll get into some accountability talk in this movie, but
there's some real issues with accountability.
A lot of stuff.
I find it very interesting that Amin picked a movie about accountability.
It's an interesting Amin pick. Yeah, I agree.
A lot of sloughing.
All he said was, it's a lot of Zach time. The two of you together is the combustion reaction. They're equal parts.
A lot of Zach time, man.
I'll be at the pool. I'll be at the beach. I'll be at the bar. Well, that's where Amin will be too. Shit, this is going to be a lot.
I'll be by the bar by the pool. I'll be by the bar by the beach.
I could not imagine spending 3 hours on something that I didn't like after 10 minutes. You don't like it. You are a weird individual to keep watching. What are you, nuts? You dedicated a week of your life to dislike something? Get a hobby, knit something, go for a walk.
Previously on Cinephobe.
How am I supposed to go back to the me before all of this pain?
Excuse me? We're new in town and we've never had sex before. Would you give us a hand?
I would have rather seen his cock.
Out away, Bobby! This episode in this movie exists.
You bet your sweet ass I saw a lawnmower man.
Oh, Teddy.
I'll call some guys from my neck of the woods. We're not talking, Brooke, about a couple of queens who know a few grapples. We're talking about Polacks that don't have a goddamn future.
You have a stupid heart and a stupid brain.
Regular Einstein.
You think I'm a coward? You're wrong. I'm not a coward. You're the coward. I'm not a coward.
I love cocaine. I do it all the time.
I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean like homosexual. I mean like...
I got nukes shooting out of my dick right now. I've got so many nukes.
Dick nukem.
I mean, look at this buffet of ass.
Mouth to dildo, dildo to ass to ass. High branch, anal beads.
I'm the goddamn talent, Mayes.
Look, Gene, I've never told anyone this before.
My head!
But I can suck my own dick. And I do it a lot.
1038. This movie is shit.
You don't know shit! Holy shit, bro! I had the same note too!
I swear to God, both of you guys are the biggest fucking liars in the world.
Howdy.
You should have saved this for the train.
All right, au revoir, Lubin. Lisa, solid.
Oh, I mean, why don't you just be like a regular person and dream about regular threesomes? Like clones.
Give me some soul kisses, baby.
Hey, beautiful. What?
Oh, dang.
Oh!
My nose.
I can't indulge this comparison to a person that Amin may or may not know in a movie that has nothing to do with this podcast.
That's some 20th century shit, bitch.
We will tangle ass.
Say hi to your mother for me.
And you will lose.
What's the end game? Okay, now everyone's dead.
What is fucking Spence from Ballers? Who cares what the end game is?
I am Wrath.
McCavity!
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast. We break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin Al-Hassan. That's Anthony Mayes. If you don't listen to us on Spotify, I swear to God, I'm throwing you in jail, and I won't take any accountability for it. Not a one.
While you're in jail, though, you can still orchestrate a whole bunch of other shit.
Get all your vengeance back.
While still blaming Zach.
Yep.
Spotify is where you can vote in the poll, like the poll for Airhead, 75% file, 25% phobe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to assume those 25% of people couldn't get a hold of a copy of the movie because, come on.
Get on a Delta flight, man.
Or join Patreon. A lot cheaper than getting a Delta flight.
It was accessible through the Patreon, patreon.com/countthedings.
Spotify is also where you can leave a comment like Ben, who said the swimming pool line. Every time a girl asks me what I'm thinking about, that's the first thing my brain thinks of. Swimming pools.
Really?
And using that line.
Wow. Okay.
And the silent cartographer commented, I got sucked in Baltimore once.
Nice. So if you remember, sucked in British slang means
that's good.
Robbed.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Got hooked to it in Baltimore once.
Sucking a man for a soggy dream.
Make sure you check it out, CT5 on the feed. Leave a CT5 suggestion, CT5 list. You can do that in our Discord, patreon.com/countthedings. Get access to the Discord, the Rewatchington live events, ad-free episodes. We have discounts on live show tickets through the Patreon. We have early episodes. You have the extended cold open in which a lot of stuff was just said by Amin that you're going to want to hear.
Yep.
If you are a degenerate.
A lot of Taffer references also.
We don't even know what made it into the basic cold open. So patreon.com/countthedings.
By the way, Patreons have access to something that I have not listened to. I've not listened to the library of cold open specific episodes.
It's extensive.
In my mind, I'm thinking to myself, 1 week, like after I'm done with the episode of the week, I'm just going to binge through all of it.
You got to.
We've already done 21 of those.
And they're all about what, like 8 to 12 minutes-ish?
They're usually around 10 minutes. So that's a good 3 hours almost.
More, yeah.
Of extended cold opens.
Are they edited, Maze?
A lot of them are cleaned up, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bells and whistles.
That's where the Obama disclaimer resides now.
Oh, nice.
That Amin protested.
Yeah, man.
I threw a little Mr. Freeze outro on there at some point.
Oh.
It's cold in there.
My thing was also like, Republicans listen to podcasts too.
Republicans.
I now regret saying that.
If you have a submission, submit it. I won't take accountability for saying it. If you have a submission, submit it. Reminder needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critic score. All right, recently, Amin had a Pepsi sign following us that was Madam Werb. I had us FaceTime with 8 people in Eternia with Masters of the Universe. Maze took us to Hawaii so we could do Naked Ecstasy with Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Now it's Amin's turn, and he's going again with the 2009 action, crime, drama, law-abiding citizen.
Okay, vigilante action thriller. Yeah, laugh it up, Amin.
He's such an idiot.
Also, when you said naked ecstasy,
yeah,
can we switch that to ecstasy naked?
You're gonna have to sell me on that one.
Okay. Well, they're doing the ecstasy naked. They're not doing naked applies as an adjective to ecstasy in that sense.
I didn't see everything they did. I mean, I didn't see any clothes on that ecstasy.
What is naked ecstasy?
What isn't it?
Welcome to Cinephobe.
It's ecstasy doesn't have any clothes on.
Law-abiding citizen star. Wait, what did you call it? Vigilante
action thriller.
Vigilante. You called it Vigilante.
Vigilante West. Oh!
So stupid. Law-abiding citizen stars Gerard Butler, Jamie Foxx, and Leslie Bibb. Butler, a repeat offender for Timeline.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
650 years of knowledge.
He was in Rock and Rolla in 2008. This movie, Gamer, and The Ugly Truth in 2009, and The Bounty Hunter and How to Train Your Dragon in 2010.
This is the plot liftoff of Gerard Butler's career.
Yeah.
This whole era right here.
300 hit, and then he got a green light to make any movie he wanted.
Do whatever shitty movie you want.
Also, don't forget, he's the leprechaun in movie 43.
Jamie is a 5-time repeat offender for A Million Ways to Die in the West, Horrible Bosses 2, Great White Hype, and Valentine's Day.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
2 Patreon exclusive episodes there. And a cameo in A Million Ways.
Yeah, I forgot about A Million Ways and Valentine's Day for him. He had The Kingdom in 2007, this movie, The Soloist, and the Blame It video in 2009, which is a repeat offender from, I think, the Street Kings episode I was listening to. We started talking about that. Mace played it.
Ron Howard.
Leslie Bibb is a repeat offender for Zookeeper and movie 43.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
She was in Talladega Nights. My wife is Supercharge It. And the Iron Man franchise.
You know, I'm so mad that thing went viral a week ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
We covered that shit. We talked about it. We just didn't clip it because we were cowards.
Or smart.
No, I mean, like someone else is benefiting off of this shit, reaping the benefits.
How much are they benefiting?
Yeah, what benefit? How many benefits?
Give you cash.
We get Colm Meaney, Bruce McGill, and Michael Irby.
Yeah.
Colm is from Con Air and Under Siege.
He's a repeat offender?
No, surprisingly.
First time for Cole Meaney.
I just call him Detective Con Air the entire movie.
He's got a pretty interesting resume because also Layer Cake, 173 episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and most recently, Shelley Kelly.
Yes.
The Irish cousin on Always Sunny.
Bruce, repeat offender for being the hopeful cuck in Time Cop.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Amin's favorite partner, Matuzak.
Are you sure you haven't fucked my wife?
You've had her meatloaf, but you haven't fucked my wife? You got to do both.
That doesn't sound like her at all.
Irby is from Fast Five and the show Barry.
Yeah, he's Cristobal.
Regina Hall, repeat offender for Scary Movie 3.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Richard Portnow, repeat offender for Twins. Academy Award winner Viola Davis from Suicide Squad.
Imagine my surprise seeing her there.
She's always in this kind of role, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
In action movies.
She's a boss.
Yeah, the authority figure.
Yep.
Michael Kelly from House of Cards. Roger Bart from American Gangster. I could have sworn Roger Bart was a repeat offender.
Yeah, he's got one of those faces, man.
Yeah.
He's also in The Producers. He was Carmen Gia.
Brian Anthony Wilson, repeat offender for Snake Eyes and Bad Boys 2.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
And Patrick McDade, repeat offender for Snake Eyes. That's all I got for the cast.
Gregory Itzin is the warden. He's from Airplane, Teen Wolf, and I Know Who Killed Me. Also, he was the white president who took over for Dennis Haysbert in 24.
I Know Who Killed Me. Future cinephobe, let me tell you.
We've talked about this a lot.
I really thought about picking it last time.
I've seen that movie like 5 times.
That's insane, Zach. Did you figure out who killed her?
Nobody. Nobody killed her. She killed herself. All right, Law Abiding Citizen, directed by F. Gary Gray. Directed
Yes,
Friday, Set It Off, Negotiator, Italian Job, Be Cool, Fate of the Furious, and repeat offender, MIB International.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Legend.
Also, straight out of Compton.
Bring that motherfucker named Gary.
This was written by Kurt Wimmer. He wrote The Sphere, Thomas Crown Affair, Salt, Expendables 4, The Beekeeper.
Oh my God.
Not canon.
Damn.
And just so happened to be a repeat offender of my latest episode that I listened to, Street Kings.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Oh, nice.
Synopsis for Law Abiding Citizen. A frustrated man decides to take justice into his own hands after a plea bargain sets one of his family's killers free.
Sure?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Right.
Yo, fastest plot lift off in fucking Cinephobe history.
Oh my God.
Oh.
It's up there.
I was like, oh shit. You ever been on a plane where there's a short runway, so they've got to pull hard? And that's what it felt like watching this movie.
They Hawk 2 on that runway, yeah.
Oh man. I get excited every time I even hear it.
Tagline, the system must pay.
Is this the system that Zach had as CT5 villains?
Different system. This is not the system.
It's an OLI villain for Zach.
Oh, is it OLI?
OLI.
Oh, you know what? I actually wanted to update my villains list.
Okay.
We're moving everybody down.
So everybody from the movie Street Kings is out, is what you're saying?
Everyone from Street Kings is out. Number 2 on my list, Happy Madison Productions. It clicked for me when I was in Palm Springs, a little inebriated, a little high, out of nowhere. I'm sitting by the pool doing nothing, and I thought, oh, Happy Madison is one of the biggest villains in Cinephobe history.
This must never be seen by anyone.
If you didn't like all those close-ups, we can. No, this is not the final cut. There's no doubt we can.
All copies. Destroy them.
Alternate taglines, justice at any cost.
Okay.
How do you stop a killer who's already behind bars?
That's a good tagline.
And also a plot point.
They killed his family. Now justice is his vengeance.
No, killing is his vengeance.
And then last one, a man who loses everything is capable of anything.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good too.
We got some bangers there.
Yeah.
$50 million estimated budget for Law Abiding Citizen. 73.3 million US, 127.9 million worldwide. It is a hit.
It's the Butler zone.
Butler, Fox.
The international audience fucks with this formula. Real easy to understand shit. Revenge. Fucking killed my family.
The American legal system.
Yeah.
Torture. Philadelphia.
Everyone's like, okay, yeah, we can get behind this.
That's where Rocky's from. Before we jump into this movie, you listen to the rest of this podcast. Law Abiding Citizen is on Stars. Law Abiding Citizen receives 26% on 162 reviews from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes and 75% from the audience on over 250,000 ratings. Amin, check the positive or the negative reviews.
I'm a glass half full of vengeance kind of guy. Zach, give me the positives.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow, now that you mention it, it is half full.
Mike Massey of Gone with the Twins offers plenty of entertainment value provided that viewers are willing to accept several remarkably convenient truths.
Sure.
Prairie Miller of Newsblaze. While one man's terrorist may be another's freedom fighter, it's not quite as simple when it comes to CIA operatives and your basic serial killer, or rather, a CIA psycho family man that might make Jack the Ripper envious.
Spoiler alert, we don't find that out until way later in the movie.
Terry Staunton of Radio Times. Fox is perfectly cast as the moral compass of the film, but it's Butler's edgy portrayal walking a thin line between madness and genius, which leaves a lasting impression. Is Fox the moral compass of the film?
There's no moral compass.
There's not a single bit of morality in this movie. Even that dumbass kid at the beginning, immoral. How many bracelets?
How many bracelets?
How many this time?
How many bracelets?
Victoria Alexander of filmsandreview.com. Revenge is a dish best served cold by a very angry, naked Gerard Butler.
Revenge is a dish best served medium rare with all the trimmings.
All the trimmings. All the trimmings.
All the makings, all the trimmings. The most emphatic eating of asparagus I've ever seen.
Ass off.
To the asparagus?
I reluctantly had to give it to Gerard Butler.
Tips off to the asparagus.
Fred Topple of Can Magazine. This is brilliant exploitation with A-listers. It's not an Oscar movie. It's way cooler because it's not looking for anyone's approval.
Yeah. Plays by its own rules.
Yeah, I'm a cool movie.
Sick.
Shaula Clark of Boston Phoenix.
Shaula Soccer.
I just watched that with my kids literally like 2 days ago.
Cinematic head cheese assembled from umami-laden scraps of Seven, Saw, The Dark Knight, and The Silence of the Lambs with fun twists and superb explosions. Just don't dwell on what it's made of.
All those references are fair, I guess.
And then user Anyone a Blue, 5 out of 5 stars. Huck Tua.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, critics. Sometimes you just want to watch something mindless yet rollicking good nonsense. This fits that bill perfectly. No, it's not a classic, but it packs a punch and isn't too taxing on the brain cells. Horses for courses. Eye roll emoji.
First, horses for my men. Also, packs a punch. That is what should have been on the All the Makings of a Cinephobe movie.
Oh, if it packs a punch, yeah, that's a good call.
Packs a punch. Yeah.
One packs a punch, one packs a piece.
Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Nell Minnow of BeliefNet.
This broad.
Oh.
I made a
way to clean it up.
No, I have a New Year's resolution.
Oh boy!
Actually, please do clean it up for me, Mays, because I have a new resolution.
It's August.
Oh, is it August?
What do you think it is?
It doesn't matter if it's August or June.
It's still not New Year.
New Year.
No, I thought it was January. I thought we were already in January.
What's your resolution?
Resolution is not going to use any derogatory language about women, no matter how annoying they are. So even bitch wife won't say that anymore. From now on, it's this broad. Just calling them broads.
Still derogatory.
No.
Still derogatory.
What's wrong with the word broad?
This is a swear jar situation.
Also will last about 10 minutes into the episode, tops.
No.
He'll forget tomorrow when we do part 2.
He's starting this in January. He's not going to do this now.
Oh, okay.
He's starting this in January.
This is January.
I will also make sure to pick a movie that makes it impossible for him to do this.
We'll see. But yes, Nell Minnow. This dumb broad.
This is not just a bad film. It is a despicable one.
Despicable Me.
Robert Wolonsky of Village Voice.
Wolonsky.
Saw with a Conscience is not what the world needs. Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly.
Gleiberman.
Which is from?
The Offspring.
Which is from?
Who got it from somewhere else.
Def Leppard.
Which is from Balls of Fury.
Your man, yeah. What I mostly notice is how quickly I've grown tired of Butler's mush-mouth bravura.
Ooh.
And also how much I hope that Fox, who looks bored, holds his slumming down to this one film.
Well,
okay, so I'm not the only one who looks at Gerard Butler and says, what's in his fucking mouth, right?
Well, that's him trying to do an American accent.
It's the Louis Pinnock.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He has a horrific American accent.
I don't know what kind of accent that is.
I thought Idris Elba had a bad one. This makes him look like fucking Sir Anthony Hopkins doing anything.
Tony Hops doesn't do accents.
Tony Hops with the toothpick.
Toothpicks.
Brian Orndorff of BrianOrndorff.com.
Oh, this fraud.
By the time a robot shows up in a graveyard to mow down the greater Philadelphia DA office, it'll take a heavenly force to keep most eyes from rolling.
Fucking robot.
Look, we might have to update CT5 weapons, by the way.
Oh, my God. Weapon?
You imagine if Antonio Banderas had that?
Oh, shit.
Mark Savlov of Austin Chronicle.
Savlov's dog.
I picked this one. There are about 24 of these that are similar. Somebody call Charles Bronson. This is a Charles Bronson-ass movie.
Yeah, definitely. Future Cinephobe.
Eric D. Snyder of ericdsnyder.com.
We're not gonna take it.
A pointless exercise in phony social commentary that has no idea what its real message is.
Message!
And then Richard Roper of richardroper.com.
Mr. Roper, Mr. Roper. By the way, there was a Death Wish remake with Bruce Willis.
File. Final Destination meets Saw meets Disaster.
Disaster?
I don't know that movie.
We'll get Amin's first note, May's first note, and my first note after these messages, unless you're a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings. You get an ad-free episode. We'll just roll right into it. Hey, listener, it's Zach Harper, and I got to tell you, I absolutely love my new soft side luggage from Away. It's the best luggage I've ever had. That's not an exaggeration. There's two reasons I know that's not an exaggeration. One, it's my luggage. I would know. I would know what I've had. I would know what I have now. This soft side luggage from Away is the best. And two, I posted about it. Went on our trip to New York for a live show, and I posted, I'm like, yo, check out this bag. It's great. You guys got to pick one up. All these people start a flood of DMs. Oh, yeah, I've had Away for a long time. Yeah, it is the best luggage. You're right. Oh, this is great. I got the big bag. I got the small bag. I got the medium bag. Well, I took the carry-on, and it could not have been more convenient for the airport, for putting an overhead as we got plot liftoff and actual trip liftoff. It was the best. It's durable. They got this no-tear nylon, so none of it's going to tear. It doesn't tip over. It's the absolute best luggage you can get. I'm spinning that thing around, had a little bit of a delay, or I'm walking down a ramp or whatever at an airport. I'm spinning that thing. I'm tossing the head and catching up to it. All kinds of tricks you do with your luggage as one does. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. It looks good. It's protective. It's easy to carry. It's easy to roll. It's easy to do anything you want in and out of cars, in and out of airplanes. Doesn't matter. Away is the way to go. I got the carry-on. You want to get every single size. You're probably saying, hey, Zach, I'd love to check that out. How do I do that? Well, you got to check out the new soft side luggage from Away. Head on over to awaytravel.com/dings. That's awaytravel.com/dings, DINGS, to see the new soft side luggage from Away. awaytravel.com/dings.
It's your favorite Butcher Turn podcast producer Maze here to tell you about ButcherBox. It's summertime, it's grilling season, and you want to maximize your time outside by the grill, cold one in hand. You don't want to be indoors at the grocery store, jostling with other customers. That's why you want ButcherBox. ButcherBox has the highest quality meat and seafood you can trust, delivered right to your doorstep, vacuum sealed. You can freeze it for later. You can cook it right now. It's a variety of high quality cuts at an amazing value, so you are always prepared. Fire up that grill and enjoy your summer afternoon. Not to mention, these savings from ButcherBox, you can't find those at the grocery store. So sign up for ButcherBox today by going to butcherbox.com/dings and use code DINGS, DINGS at checkout to get $30 off your first box. Again, that's butcherbox.com/dings and use code DINGS, DINGS.
R/ is a hilarious podcast where Dabney Bailey uses ridiculous voices and emotions to read aloud the week's craziest Reddit posts.
He reenacts various Reddit threads covering wild stories and secrets, petty revenge, relationships, and much more.
So if you're looking for a daily distraction and a laugh, check out R/ wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, what do all these funny people have in common? Cecily Strong, Jason Mantzoukas, Duncan Trussell, Paul Scheer, Scott Aukerman, Beth Stelling, Tom Papa, Lauren Lapkus, Louis Anderson, Lisa Gilroy, Paul F. Tompkins, and Sir Patrick Stewart. They've all played characters on the hit comedy podcast Mega, an improvised satire from the staff of a fictional megachurch. The next time you're in the mood for some laughs, great guests, out-of-this-world improv, and cultural commentary, we're here for you, baby. Listen to Mega anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Am I the Jerk is a show where we talk about real stories like my stepdad found out that I have a $4 million inheritance and tried to steal it from me when my mom died. Am I the jerk for how far I took my revenge? Or you might even see a story like this. My mother-in-law photoshopped my wedding photos to change my nose. Am I the jerk for what I did in response? So Am I the Jerk is the perfect show to put on in the background while you're driving, studying, drawing, or just chilling out. And the best part is you can send in your own stories from your own life to be featured and discussed on the show. Just subscribe to Am I the Jerk and you'll see how to do that there via amithejerk.com/submit. You can freely share the deepest secrets of your life because you can still remain anonymous when you send in your stories. So either way, subscribe to Am I the Jerk right now before you forget. We'd love to be a part of your daily routine. New episodes every day. Am I the Jerk?
Amin, what is your first note?
Buckle up, guys, because this first note is a little bit of a tangent.
Oh, boy.
Hyped off of the Canon promo reel, I'm back to watching trailers. And so, Snacky Tuna, early this morning, found a YouTube link that's only 2 weeks old, by the way. The video obviously is from the 1980s.
Right.
But the video was uploaded to YouTube 2 weeks ago. So I don't know how Snacky was on top of this. But it was basically like a sizzle reel for all the movies that Canon Films, who brought us Masters of the Sky,
Two very different movies. Yes.
I keep looking it up. Masters of the Universe, American Ninja, and other Cinephobe greats, right? The funniest thing is, first of all, half of these movies don't even get made. They announce movies. La Brava with Dustin Hoffman, I was so hyped for it. And then I looked it up, and it actually has a pretty interesting trivia about how this movie came to be and how it got shut down before it was ever made. And a lot of it was because once Canon was the one that picked it up, everyone attached was like, fuck this. So Dustin Hoffman, Martin Scorsese.
Canon picking it up is like the death rattle for a movie.
Pretty much. There's two movies that I love. One was Louis Gossett Jr. in The White Slave. And I said, Zach's picking this one for sure whenever it comes out.
Hold on, I got to look this up. That's a tough search. White Slave.
The other one was a movie that they claimed Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas present. And I was like, bullshit, Canon Films. You do not have a Francis Ford Coppola George Lucas movie. It's called North South, which is such a dumb title. Oh, and then finally, Tim Madden woke up with a gruesome hangover, bloodstains in his car, and a woman's corpse in the yard. He's looking for the truth, and the truth might just get him killed. Tough guys don't dance. Sign me up for all of this shit, man.
Now, I just searched The White Slave on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Here are the 5 things that come up.
CT5.
Number 5.
Emmanuel and the White Slave Trade from 1978. No artwork on the thumbnail.
Always a good start.
From 1913, that's 1913, The Inside of the White Slave Traffic.
In 1913, the woman was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of hearing all about all these black slaves.
That happened 50 years ago. What do we do?
They're still talking about this shit.
A Sophia Loren movie from 1952 called Girls Marked Danger. I don't see where White Slave factors into that. A movie from 1985 called White Slave with Dick Marshall, Will Gonzalez, and Elvire Audrey.
No Louis Gossett Jr.
And then for some reason, a 2022 movie starring Jaleel White called Urkel Saves Santa, the movie. Now, why would that come up when I search The White Slave?
Well, you know, Santa, no one talks about this. Biggest slave trader this side of the equator, you know?
The equator.
Yep.
Vigilante. What was Charlie Day's latte pronto?
Latte pronto.
Vigilante pronto.
I realized after watching the trailer, I thought I'd seen this movie before. Nope, just saw the trailer.
Oh, really? I saw it on DVD.
I had it on DVD. Just when I was a video coordinator, I was bootlegging this shit. The team watched it on one of those road trips or whatever, but...
You've never seen it?
Just saw the trailer 8 million times, apparently.
Wow. Mayes, what's your first note?
Gerard Butler's daughter is making a necklace for mom, and you're gonna have to go ahead and clip Steven Seagal.
Say note 2. Let's menage that note, I'm sure.
I love necklace, all right?
Not the only time we're clipping that into this movie, guys.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
To quote the trailer, just getting warmed up.
Mayes, you know me. I don't like to tell you how to run your soundboard. Maybe just put that on the soundboard full time.
Yeah, I think so. I think, unfortunately, it is.
Yeah, I think we can get a lot of use out of that. Especially when that Louis Gossett Jr. movie comes out. My first note, the Gerard Butler moment feels like the opposite of the Aubrey Plaza moment.
He had one, though.
For sure.
He certainly did. But if you think about it, have you seen Gamer?
Yes.
Awful. The Ugly Truth, have you seen that?
Yes. Captain Eigel.
They're all eligible.
Of course they're bad.
Because he's awful.
He's a terrible actor.
Although, I will tell you, at some point in this movie.
Yeah. I think we probably have the same point in this movie where we think this. All right, yeah, some bingo kid is making a beaded necklace, clip Steven Seagal, as Butler is playing around with something. I don't know what he's doing. He's making some contraption.
A soldering iron. Have you ever used a soldering iron before?
Never have. I know it's used for like electronics and stuff like that, but I don't know what the fuck he's doing with it. I don't know what it does.
The necklace that she's making for mom says Heather B. Don't see what she finished putting on there.
Heather B. Live forever.
Oh, I thought it was Heather B. from the real world.
He asks, another one? That's 2 today. His wife wants him to get the door. He jokes that he thought the daughter was the help when she says, you're the help or something like that. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Nope.
Some shit I don't know.
He also makes a joke that it smells nice, so it must be takeout.
Yeah, banter.
He opens the door and gets cracked with a baseball bat.
In the trailer, it's a doorbell that rings. In the movie, it's knocking on the door. And I said, that's the most annoying thing any unexpected visitor can do, including what's about to happen right now.
You'd rather a doorbell ring than a knock at the door?
You think I'm going to hear you knocking on my door? What makes you think I'm going to hear that?
Yeah, I mean, some houses do have the living room right there. Maybe you would hear it if you're watching TV.
There's a doorbell.
The doorbell does get the job done most efficiently, yeah.
Push the fucking button, and then if nothing happens, then you knock. Then you can barge in and assault people and tie them up. And
the wife tries to intervene, and one of the bad guys chucks her into a cabinet.
Dude.
Zach, that's the Chesterfield. Have some respect.
Oh, sorry. The Davenport?
Thought it was at the van.
They duct tape Butler. Guy says, you can't fight fate.
Oh.
He's got a catchphrase?
Yeah.
Stabs him in the stomach with a knife, then wipes the blade on Gerard's shirt. I thought that was kind of fucked up. We see the guy punch the wife. The other goon says they got to get out of there. He stabs the wife. Wait, is he going to R this woman?
Why is he stabbing?
The hell is happening?
The amount of stabbing led me to believe this is a hit. They're coming to get this guy on behalf of somebody else. Because
clearly it's going to be explained.
Obviously.
No, he stabs him, and then he goes to stab her.
Oh.
And this is plot liftoff, boys.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
I don't have it quite this soon, but you know what? Yeah, I'm fine with it.
That's not the flight plan that I'm on, but okay.
This is plot liftoff, man.
When did CSI come out as a show? 2001-ish?
Oh, before this.
Somewhere around that time?
Definitely before this.
We know enough about DNA to where you probably don't want to R this woman, even if you're the worst bad guy.
Don't worry. They'll explain it.
You guys notice this dude's footwear? He's wearing these weird boots.
He has it taped up, though.
Duct tape trash bags around his feet.
So no footprints.
Oh, that's why. I thought he was just like, this is cool.
This isn't a Croc situation for Idiocracy.
They steal a candlestick. That's what we see them take.
Let me be very clear here.
Let me be very clear.
I mean, be very clear.
R word is very bad. The worst. The absolute worst thing you can do, right?
Uh-huh.
Established.
I already don't like where this is going.
No, there's no caveats. That's just a statement. It stands alone.
Okay. Yes.
But if you were going to R word.
No, you can't say it stands alone and then say but.
Okay. If you were to R word, why would you do it after you've killed the person? Like how horny.
I think she was still alive.
Barely.
Well, yeah.
He's into necrophilia.
Maybe supercharge that whole thing. He stops because he sees the daughter standing there and says, it's cool, kids like me, picks her up. Butler is sobbing. He passes out. We hear police sirens as it fades to black, and we get the title card.
Law-abiding citizen.
Sweeping, circling shots of Prague, or is that Jersey City? No, it's Philadelphia.
How do we know?
That's the Rocky statue on top of City Hall.
Yeah.
They put it up there after he beat Drago. Jamie Foxx is walking to work. Roger Bart, a.k.a. Brigham, asks where they are with Willis's case. Fox kicked that down to June.
He says his name is Nick.
And I said, oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Clip Steven Seagal again already. That quickly.
I love Nicholas, all right?
That's a lot.
Minaj.
That's a lot of Steven Seagal in this episode.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Oh, that's Amin there. That's not any of us. That's Amin.
Ah, it's Amin.
Zach, you're talking now.
This is Mace. I'm talking. Roger Bart is asking about his rowing buddy's kid's case. Nick kicked it down the line. Doesn't want to jeopardize his 95% conviction rate.
95%, yo.
Statistics position. It's 96%, actually.
96%, yo.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're gunning for my job. But you do know better. He's got higher aspirations, guys. He's a real go-getter. Is someone drawing Brigham as blind Lady Justice with the scales in one hand, a golf club in the other, and a Dennis Reynolds-esque drawing of giant popos? Holy shit, that's Jamie Foxx drawing that. CT5 artwork.
Not only that, he's filling in the Harvard on his golf bag for some exposition there.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie Bibb thinks they can get someone on Rico.
Rico Dread.
Bart shits on her. You might want to reevaluate your research skills.
And then Fox backs her up.
Leslie Bibb, file.
Rico's designed for the case they're discussing. Fox thinks Bibb should try the case. Brigham says he's running the world. Fox says she's done the legwork. He'll oversee it. And then... I mean, Helen Keller could try this case.
Clip it, Maze.
I can't even imagine the impersonation Amin is about to do of Helen Keller in court.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I don't have to because Maze is going to clip it.
Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. Jesus Christ.
I don't have to clip it, and you did it.
This New Year's resolution,
yeah.
I overshot it at 10 minutes.
What?
It's not even going to make it that long.
I didn't call Helen Keller anything. I didn't call her a broad.
I thought broad was the safe word.
Oh, it is a safe word, but I didn't call her. I'm not going to say the actual word because I don't use that word anymore.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. She can't hear you anyways.
That's true. Because she's dead. Get it?
Brigham calls Fox Boy Wonder, says if she fucks us up, it's on him. She writes thank you on a post-it, and then he shows her the drawing. She likes it.
She likes the popos.
Pretty picture.
Cantrell wants to see Nick.
More walk and talks position going on here.
Bart is getting real edgy because Bart's career owns a boat named Live Forever.
It does, and Cantrell wants to see if Jamie Foxx will fuck his wife and have some meatloaf.
You sure? You know what I learned in Fordham Night School?
Exposition.
Law school's got nothing to do with law. Guess you skipped the course on inner office politics. Banter.
All he needs is the jury to like him. That's what Cantrell told him. Where are they on the Shelton case? Judge Birch apparently messed this up. Fox wants to make a deal.
What kind of a deal?
Same note too, bro.
Says they killed a little girl. Fox says it's an imperfect system. Moral compass my ass.
Yeah.
And it's imperfect servants.
Cantrell thinks he could win the case, and Fox says can't take that chance.
Nope.
Some justice is better than no justice at all.
What? Moral compass? This dude is only chasing his statistics.
Yeah.
Here's the fucked up part. When he explains the reason why he cut a deal with Darby is because Darby agreed to testify against Ames.
Right.
I thought Ames was the leader of a criminal syndicate.
Right. The people who hired the hit and all this shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because this is clearly an organized hit.
It's targeted. It's not a blind robbery where they stole candlesticks out of a home.
Candlestick Park.
Go Giants. Frank Dukes.
Got to Jamie Foxx meeting with Gerard Butler, and I said, Gerard Butler looks haggard as fuck.
He looks fucking terrible.
Super fucking haggard.
Not since Timeline have I seen him look so bad.
He explains Darby's agreed to testify against Ames. What are you going to charge him with? Murder. What degree? Third degree. So like 5 years? I'm like, there's no chance.
5 years?
Third degree member gets 5 fucking years?
That's crazy.
My question, why wouldn't Ames also testify against Darby?
Well, he's no rat.
Okay. So Darby's a rat.
Absolutely.
Who bullied Ames into going on this hit with him, but then Ames won't testify.
When he says apparently the judge ruled the DNA inadmissible, I said, oh, so he did it.
Well, they did put a rape disclaimer on the stars.
Not on mine.
Oh.
Before the movie, it said RP for rape.
Oh, and the TVMA, whatever. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the RP stands for?
Supercharge that. Butler thought Fox said this was clear cut. Blood on the shirt. We get a little basic legal jargon. Butler says he saw their faces, saw them do it. Fox says he blacked out. Testimony won't be reliable. Defense will tear him apart.
So the DNA was ruled inadmissible because apparently the cops fucked it up.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Cole Meany.
There's the exclusionary rule. And then even though he saw the faces of the people who broke into his house.
Your word versus my word.
It passed out, Maze.
He was distressed.
Who's to say?
The jury's going to believe me, though, because it's the truth. The ugly truth.
Oh,
yeah, he said it.
He said it.
He's emotional. I use air quotes, emotional in this scene. You ever hear the saying, not a dry eye in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Gerard Butler is doing the exact opposite of that in this scene. He's crying without crying. Completely dry-faced.
Fox is worried they can lose and then have nothing. Waste a whole year, spend millions, both go free. Millions? He stops Butler and says, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court.
Well, that's never going to come back up.
You don't pay for a criminal case.
What kind of name is Clyde? Was Clyde Drexler the last Clyde they made?
Yes.
Clyde begs him not to make a deal with Darby. He's a monster. The deal is done. Sorry, I made the deal.
What kind of a deal?
Nick blames the justice system. And then tells Clyde that it's a victory for them.
This is a reality switch sides kind of movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Fox, a black man, is explaining to Butler, a white man, that this is how the justice system works, reality just switch sides.
You know what? I might have to update my villains list then. We got more systems on trial.
Well, spoiler alert, reality changed sides in the casting of this movie because originally Butler was supposed to be Nick.
Nicholas.
And then when Jamie joined the cast, he changed sides to Clyde.
So he's supposed to be married to Regina Hall? I think not.
There is not a chance you could convince me that Gerard Butler is a lawyer.
He knows the law later in this movie.
He read a book.
And then he cussed out the fucking judge.
Yo.
Spoiler alert. Golden dumpster.
Yeah.
I bet you like to get fucked in your ass. I was like, oh. It's a cousin of my desire to be arrested by hundreds of cops and to say, what took you so long, right? It's a distant cousin to be able to tell the judge, after you fucking won the argument, to say, I bet you like to get fucked in the ass. Amazing.
Court date's imminent. Fox takes a phone call in court. Judge tells him they've been over this.
Also, the clamshell phone
had some exigent business. I had just re-listened to Street Kings, in which exigent circumstances was a horseman.
Oh, repeat offender.
Yeah.
Also a repeat offender is Nick answering his phone in the courtroom.
By the way, film noir, Darby, that's the one that tried to R the wife and kill the kid.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that's what we knew.
We didn't know that. We just knew Darby was going against Ames. We didn't know which one was which.
I didn't think that at all. I knew who Darby was.
Oh.
I thought Ames was the leader of the syndicate somewhere pulling strings.
The Russian mafia that's been pulling these strings.
From his ivory tower.
Jack Palance's right-hand arm man.
Sit in your ivory tower moving chess pieces. Fox hands him the agreement to sign. He asks if he's married because he sees the ring.
Damn, Darby, you just a dirty Mac Hall of Famer.
This motherfucker.
You like fucking other people's wives, man.
Cantrell busts in. Hey, buddy, I got a proposal for you.
You like meatloaf?
Nick whispers, please fuck this up so I can destroy you. And Darby hits that catchphrase again.
Mm-hmm.
Can't fight fate.
That's a line.
Fighting fate, horseman.
From the beginning of the movie, you guys are unpleable.
From 6 minutes ago. Same number 2.
Cantrell tells him to live with his decision and move on. The best asset's a short memory.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this where you tell me some type of old fable or wise tale?
All right, I got one. Marcus Aurelius hired a servant to walk behind him as he made his way through the Roman town square. And this servant's only job was to whisper in his ear when people praised him, "You're only a man. You're only a man."
Tension from Marcus Aurelius?
Yeah.
And his manservant?
Well, more tension from Matuzak.
Well, yes.
Was his manservant Mystery Lion?
You're only a man.
Okay, man?
Okay, man.
Okay, man.
That's some bullshit.
That's good.
I don't think you even know that story, man.
You're missing the point, Nick. It doesn't matter what they say.
I liked it. I liked it, man.
Message.
Fox calls it bullshit. They get mobbed by the press, seeking the death penalty. Ames, yes, Darby's pled guilty to murder, but he's a cooperating witness.
Tactical redundancy already.
Darby walks up and shakes his hand while handcuffed.
Uh-huh.
He's doing victory laps inside and outside the fucking courthouse.
This guy is Nick Young celebrating 3-pointers.
Is he? Because he kind of got away with all this shit, man.
This was what I thought was the early plot liftoff. Pan out. Gerard Butler sees this whole thing, and we see the look on his face. I said, uh-oh.
Ass on.
Straight tables, carry-ons, liftoff, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Darby says it's nice when the system works. Right.
How are you ass on staring?
With that stupid look on his face, with his mouth slightly open.
Fox does get away from him. He sees Butler staring at him in the distance. Angry, confused look. Walks away. Fox gets home. Regina Hall asks him what's wrong. He grabs papers from her.
Regina Hall, file.
You call my job boring. C-. He has to talk to his daughter. Hey, she's preggo.
He announces, this is your father speaking. To prevent any confusion, our one listener is going to love this.
Hey, it's Zach here.
She knows that. You never know. Banter.
Tells his baby to stay in there because there's a lot of crazy ass people out here. Language. Your mother's a hard ass. Ha 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 ha.
Banter's position is what I call all this.
Daddy wants to come out and be daddy's little girl. I want her to come out because she's on my bladder. Banter. Cut to 10 years later.
No, Zach. 10? The camera pans across the house. They just moved in. And there's a time jump. It's all unpacked. 10 years later, he's coming down the stairs.
Whose cello is that?
Oh, my God.
Cello, it's a bass.
I called her Yo-Yo daughter the rest of the movie.
Yo, is that racist? Hold on. I don't know what.
No, Yo-Yo Ma.
It's an instrument joke.
The cellist.
It's famous.
That's what you call Regina? Yo-Yo Ma?
No, the daughter.
Yo-Yo Mama.
Uh-oh.
His daughter's making French toast. She mocks him for not having his phone strapped to his hand. Regina hands him the phone, asks if he's going to his daughter's recital. Thought you were going to order the DVDs.
Gallowalkers?
Thought so.
When he takes a bite of the French toast, that is the driest French toast I've ever seen in my life. It looked like toast.
Well, a 10-year-old made it.
It looked like Gerard Butler trying to get emotional.
Recitals are mad boring.
Of course.
But I think I'd rather be there in person than have to watch a video of it. Because when you're watching a video, everyone's looking at you like, yo, so what do you think? And you got to lie.
Right. Because they've already seen it or been there.
Yeah, in the middle of the recital, no one's paying attention to your reaction. They're all focused on the stage. So I can like daydream. I can be on my phone. I can do anything other than actually pay attention.
All right. He calls the kid Julia Child. She leaves the room. Regina says she's 10 years old, doesn't understand why daddy's never around. Hasn't been to one recital. Says, get the video. We'll watch it later.
Yeah, because he doesn't have work-life balance because he's a bad...
Cut to work, and he asks about Chip to Leslie Bibb.
Oh, his work wife.
It's Chester.
His white work wife.
Walk and Talk's position is definitely a horseman.
Yes.
Sarah, Leslie Bibb, says she's too busy for Dick. She's a working woman. That may not be an exact quote.
I don't think that's the quote. He said she doesn't have to go to this one if she doesn't want to. Oh, they're going to the death penalty.
They're going to New Alcatraz to check out Slaughterhouse 5. Also, the other two white guy names are Chip and Chester. So we've got Chip, Chester, and Clyde, the 3 C's.
Wait, he skipped the recital to watch an execution? All right, motherfucker.
Yo.
You really ain't shit.
Not great.
You did not need to be there.
At first, I wondered, why is there a cello at the prison? And then I realized that they're cutting back and forth. And this is almost opera territory, guys, the way they seamlessly blended these two scenes together.
Whoa. Death penalty, DP.
Oh, boy.
No, okay. They strap Ames in. He has no family. The lawyer is there for him.
Reynolds says Sarah's legs are looking real good. Real good.
Yeah, and those heels.
Nick wonders why he's there. Your DVD player broken? So many DVD references. Also,
golden dumpster, though, of this unnecessarily horny man being called out. That's hilarious.
That's Philly, man.
The curtains unveil on the recital and on the execution in the same way. I said, that's cinema.
Why is he up there like Jesus on the cross?
They lifted him up so he could give his speech, and then they lowered him back down. Hydraulics.
Why does he need to give a speech?
Last words.
Hello, exposition.
He says he didn't kill those people. Wrong man's dying today.
Little late.
And this is the film noir.
10 years later?
The guy getting executed is the other dude? I thought this was like a mob thing. You got a deal just to get the other dumbass?
What kind of a deal?
He slowly gets injected. Then he jolts up on the table, screams, fuck. Amin will say that his hands look like Tua's hands.
Oh, no, I didn't think that.
Street Kings was fresh in my head. Where you said, every time you think of Tua's hands convulsing like that, it's so funny to you. That's what you said.
It still is. It still is. But this time I wrote, this has snacky tuna meme written all over it.
Oh, my God.
The caption I suggested, which isn't great, but I said, when she hits you with the hak tua.
This is a snacky tuna ass movie.
Oh, for sure, man.
He couldn't possibly create all the memes that are available from this movie.
Not enough unhoused gentlemen, though.
Kind of breathing as we hear the flat line.
Ugh.
Fox checks on Bib outside. She's fine. Detectives are investigating the machine, if it's been corrupted. Need a list of people that had access to it.
Detectives Dunnigan and Garzner.
Garzner and Con Air.
Somebody killed the guy you were trying to kill? What are we calling this? Clear violation of his 8th Amendment rights. Cruel and unusual punishment.
It says law school, and there's a golden dumpster.
We get some lethal exposition from the warden. It's designed to be pain-free.
Says, I appreciate that, warden.
And Dunnigan's going to need more than a hall pass.
He said it. He said it.
And a note from mom to figure out why the machine was corrupted.
Evidence from the back of the machine. The bottle says can't fight fate.
Oh, hey, that's F. Gary Gray dropping that off.
Oh.
Look at that cameo.
Fox explains it's from the home invasion. We find out Darby served 3 years, extenuating circumstances.
3 years for murder?
That's Philly, man. Philly's new Alcatraz. Detectives call it bullshit. He's also playing the exact same character from Con Air. He's got one fucking speed.
He's really good at it, though.
That's where we get the blaming contaminated crime scenes so you can keep him locked up longer. Cut to Darby snorting lines while he watches newscast position of the execution.
Filthy coffee table.
He looks exactly like Greg Cody.
I know. I've carved out a niche as the guy who has some questionable...
Wait.
While you get that together, Darby getting himself some cheeks. All right, Darby. Not bad.
It's as much Greg Cody as that guy in New Orleans. Tell me that's not.
Yo, man, this mad disrespectful to Greg Cody.
Yeah.
Bocas del Toro, Panama. A secluded seaside hideaway. Scott Makeda has no idea that his tropical haven is about to become his personal hell. A serial killer pretending to be a therapist.
Holbert rents a room, and that's where he set up his business as a fake shrink.
Accusations of a gringo mafia.
Gun running, drugs.
A slaughtered family.
And then he goes back and he plants another bullet.
A killer on tape.
Hey man, I'm guilty. Everybody knows I'm a monster.
The law of the jungle is simple. Survive. I'm your host, Candace DeLong, from Treefort Media and Village Roadshow Entertainment Group. This is Natural Selection, Scott versus Wild Bill. Available now, wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes drop weekly.
Hi, folks. Let me see if I can sum up Midnight Burger in about 25 seconds.
Really, big monster?
Zero irony.
Pardon me, Gloria. Might my husband and I have a word?
The radio is talking to me.
So this is how it ends. Eaten by wolves in space.
There's a pocket dimension in the deep freeze.
This is the stupidest dystopia we've ever been to.
What
the hell is that?
Because you're having a cigarette in 415 million BC.
Where are we?
Space?
Can you narrow that down?
The bad part?
Ava. Yeah, that didn't work at all. At the nexus of all things, there is a diner. Look for Midnight Burger on your favorite podcasting app or just go to weopenat6.com.
When you listen to Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone, the comedy podcast, you learn stuff.
I've been learning to throw a boomerang, because this is the kind of thing that really gets the listeners engaged, you know.
Interviews with people who will make you smarter.
Does the amount that you learn protect you from cognitive decline?
Paula, don't
Can't people just listen to the show? Can't they just enjoy a delightful treehouse full of information? And I think I'm bleeding.
Join us and be a nobody.
Darby's laughing about the Ames horror film Execution. A distorted voice on a private number calls him.
Not the whole thing.
That's strike 3 for you. Coke on the table, bitch on the floor, life in prison.
Who the fuck is this?
Look out your window, south side.
You go to the wrong window. South side. Golden dumpster. He's clearly so annoyed.
Grabs a gun. He kicks the woman to wake her.
Yes, he does.
Police are coming up, sirens blaring. He runs to the roof immediately with a 6-shooter. Starts shooting at cop cars. Why?
Well, I guess he's high.
Fox is a ride along. I said it. He's running along the roofs. Phone call again. Tells him to wipe the prints off the gun. Get rid of it. You fired 6 times. Genius. To bring any ammunition. Lose it. Wants to keep him out of prison. Tells him to go to abandoned factories. Cop car will be there with a cop in it, but he tasered him. He'll be out for 90 seconds.
Oddly specific.
He gets in there, grabs the cop's gun, hits him with it. Rise and fucking shine, bitch.
Oh my God, it's Clyde in a Powers Boothian blonde wig and mustache combo.
Same fucking note too. And I said, I am watching this on the same day of the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Now, why wouldn't he just dump the cop out and take the car? Why would he get on the passenger side?
Well, he's too high to drive.
Okay. Then I said, film noir. It's not a cop. It's Butler.
I'm not a cop, you idiot.
I'm not a cop, you idiot.
Drives to an abandoned area, pulls Gerard out of the car, pushes him to the side.
This all feels like a remarkable waste of time.
What about my wife and little girl? I'll never see them again.
Fucked up, ain't it?
His phone rings again. Oh, Film Noir.
Yeah.
He's the one with the distorted phone.
Pretty cool to see him hold the phone out and call, and fucking Darby doesn't realize that he's got the phone in his hand.
He has no idea. Well, he's pretty high.
We hear the mix of real voice and distortion like Darth Vader with his helmet busted open, I mean.
Same note too. He says, do you know why I won't see my wife and little girl again? Oh, Cobra formula.
Oh, yeah.
But this is like a Russian nesting doll. Then you realize he's orchestrated all of this so he can get to the point where he gets to ask that question, which means this is massive Cobra formula. Is this half past dead formula?
Half past dead formula is where it keeps fucking going in
expanding.
Yes. What was Ja Rule's character name in that?
Nicholas.
Oh, there he goes.
Darby squeezes the trigger and injects his hand with tetrodotoxin. And we get some excellent poison-sposition.
Same note, too.
From Gerard Butler. Clip it.
It's isolated from the liver of a Caribbean pufferfish. So, it paralyzes you, leaves all the other neurological functions perfectly intact.
Him trying to say neurological functions is great.
In other words, you can't move, but you feel everything. It does absolutely nothing to blunt the pain. And you're about to experience more of that than you could ever fucking imagine.
It's a bag over his head, cut to him strapped down into a hospital bed. He's continuing to exposition every single step of everything he's doing to Darby.
Hello, exposition.
What are you, a Bond villain?
Tourniquet, saline solution, clamps. You'll love this. Adrenaline.
Oh my God.
Doesn't want him to swallow his tongue. Holds up a box cutter. This is for your penis. We'll get to that later.
For some reason, him saying penis made me uncomfortable. Call it a dick. Call it a cock.
Tallywhacker.
Scalpel for your eyelids. In case you insist on fucking shutting them. Tactical redundancy that he watched Darby slaughter his whole family. You know you can't fight fate, right, Darby?
By the way, can it be a whole family if it's just a spouse and child?
Same note too. He didn't kill his cousin. He didn't kill his uncle.
Nah, we don't know if he has anybody other than them.
No, you killed my family. His whole family makes it seem like there are other kids and shit.
We don't know who else was in that house. There are a lot of bracelets.
Then he cranks down a mirror
Kinky.
above the table so that Darby can watch the whole thing.
Not the whole thing.
And put a picture of his wife and kid on the mirror.
That was pretty weird.
Now they get to watch him suffer.
When he hits him with the adrenaline, it's another snacky tuna meme.
Gonna cut off every single one of his fucking limbs. Puts on a welder's mask. Turns on a video camera. Fires up a power saw.
Your heart is beating so fast. Me too. That's a bar. I gotta give it to Gerard. I don't like you, but goddamn it, man. Well executed.
And as he fires up this power saw and saws his leg off, I officially don't know who to root for anymore. Are we supposed to be happy for Clyde that he's becoming a serial killer with incredibly violent and specific revenge? Or is the idea like, oh, he snapped and now he's taking it over the line? Honestly, don't know.
What would you possibly do with that videotape? I guarantee you're not rewatching that.
Well, he sent it to Yo-Yo daughter.
Well, nah, I found out later, but I was just thinking about it in the same way that people are like, oh, I went to the game and they start recording.
Yeah, like when are you watching that again?
You're never going to watch fucking Jaylen Brown warm up, man.
Right.
Why are these videos existing on your phone?
This is why we can't do 8mm.
Oh my God.
Because Amin doesn't understand why you'd watch those videotapes.
Got to him open the trunk of the cop car. Cop's in there in his underwear, bag on his head. He tossed the keys, says, thanks for the car. Drives off.
Back to City Hall, Rocky statue. Sarah and Nick reviewing everything on Darby. She wonders what's bothering Nick. It's Darby. The execution doesn't fit his track record of violence. That was intellect.
This is unhinged, out of the left field exposition.
Shouldn't be looking for Darby.
Cut to the Darby crime scene. Darby's limbless.
Bucket of blood like John Voight gutted a bunch of monkeys.
Oh my. Oh.
Huge missed opportunity for Cole Meany to say Darby lost his head. The head's just sitting there.
Cost him an arm and a leg twice.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to come with some sort of banter, and he didn't.
His banter was, good news, found Darby. Gotta say, though, he's looked better.
Everything's cut off. Who has a motive? Husband, father, owns the warehouse where they found Darby. He's a tinkerer. Little inventions, gizmos, 24 patents that gave him money.
We're tinkerers, gents.
We tinker with things.
What are you tinkering with, sir? You know, my uncle was a tinkerer until the FBI shot him.
I thought about tinker in the same way as diddler, like a different way of diddling.
Oh, boy.
I'd like to tinker.
A few years ago, liquidated assets to buy industrial properties around airports, chemical plants, rail yards. Doesn't add up. Cut to Gerard tinkering.
Yeah, he's tinkering away, snipping wires on a tiny set of wings in front of a bigger metal wing frame.
Getting naked.
This is insane.
Getting naked.
This is a golden dumpster. I don't understand it.
Well, this is to show he doesn't have any weapons. He's not a threat, you know? He's got one piece.
Okay, why drop your underwear then? Why get fully nude?
Not hiding anything.
They might think you have a weapon if you drop your underwear.
Only during the daytime.
Like Norm.
He hears the chopper approach, and I wrote, please say what took you so long. Please say what took you so long. Please say what took you so long. Please, wait, why is he taking his pants off?
I am Clyde.
If you were wondering, yes, those are Oakley gloves that the cops are wearing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a big one.
I believe they're $70 if I remember correctly, if I recall correctly.
You still got them, Oakleys?
A-frame goggles too, by the way.
The only thing he's still got on is his bracelet.
That says daddy. And I said, he must want his prison wallet thoroughly examined by the inmates.
When did they put jeans back on him? Now he's commando in jeans?
They ask if he's a lawyer because he's got a law book.
Yeah.
One.
It's bankruptcy. Not even any of the shit that comes in later.
Not at all.
In the movie.
Bibb shows a newspaper clipping of Fox and Darby shaking hands, cut to him being interrogated in a, where are they?
The octagon cage.
Oh.
It's like a fucking interrogation cathedral.
I said this is the cell that had fucking Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin.
Let's kick some ice.
They've got him on closed circuit television, zero evidence, need a confession.
Those old ass fucking monitors.
A package gets delivered to Nick's house. It's the recital DVD.
Or is it?
Sean asked him to get pulled. So Gerard Butler's so smart. He knew that the daughter had a recital, and the recital was being recorded on video because Jamie Foxx would not be there because he's watching the fucking thing. So they're going to have the recital video delivered probably around one of these days, around this time. So I'm going to send this video to his house to coincide and hope that maybe the recital video hasn't gotten there yet. Unfucking believable.
Yeah.
All of it. Sean Astin.
Mom says no, but she's on the phone.
This is going to take some therapy.
Well, this dumbass kid, the moment you turn it on and it's a guy nailed down and a guy with the mask, why don't you fucking stop? Why do you keep watching?
Also, bad kid. Doesn't listen to her parents.
At all. She said, wait for dad.
I thought she's the one person in this movie like, okay, well, I can root for her. No, they're all villains. This is a Street King situation. No good guys.
This is when Yo-Yo daughter went bad to you?
Yes.
She keeps watching the gruesome murder. Nick goes in to talk to Clyde, turns all the TVs off. They're going off the record.
Cantrell gives us some exposition. Don't worry. He's just disarming the guy. I do the same thing when he's here with my wife.
Nick tells Clyde he's breaking all the rules right now.
He said it. He said it.
That's bait. Wasn't very stealth of Nick.
Trying to give him a ray of hope.
Ali.
He's got some horrible bosses.
Dude.
Is that horrible bosses the number 2 or also?
He says, and what you did? Bravo. I kind of like that delivery. I don't know why. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
The world is better without Darby and Ames. Not going to see a tear shed from me or anybody in my office.
He touches his hand.
Tension, perhaps.
Camera's back on.
Can't touch you anymore.
Got a job to do.
We won't speak anymore of this homoeroticism. Oh, the camera's back on. All right, I got a job to do.
Turns the cameras on. I definitely didn't caress this guy, so time to interrogate him.
Simple and direct questions. Clyde waived his right to counsel. Nick asked if he murdered Darby. I wanted him dead. Ames as well? Ames deserved to die. They both deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
This is where I realized, no, I have seen this movie because I remember he's not actually answering any of these questions.
You planned both of those murders? Yes, I planned it in my head. All right, guess we're done here.
Counselor, you might want to cancel your 1:30 lunch with Judge Roberts.
Excuse me?
In fact, you might want to cancel the rest of the week because you're going to be busy. Sit down.
Cobra formula.
Why is he Tim Robinson all of a sudden? You sure about that?
Oh, yeah, I planned those murders real bad.
Nick says they got his confession on tape. See, in our profession, we consider that a basketball analogy, a slam dunk.
Oh, really? I don't think so. Let's think back. What did I say?
Mega tactical redundancy here. Let's repeat every single line.
That I wanted to kill Clarence Darby? Sure. What father wouldn't?
None of these are an admission of guilt, Nick. You might want to check the tape.
Please clip in from Couples Retreat, Jon Favreau.
I did rock at high school football. You want to check tape?
We know you did it. Well, it's not what you know. It's what you can prove in court. Didn't you tell me that once?
The line from the beginning of the movie.
Fox says Providence theory is Darby was found on his property. One of my many properties. An old abandoned warehouse. Junkies, they trespass all the time. Isn't Darby involved in the drug trade? That's an unsavory world. I bet you a jury would agree.
Maybe there are unhoused gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Clyde, there's a lot of assholes in prison that thought they were smarter than me. Let's stop fucking around.
Unless you have any hard evidence. Why are we even here? What he wants is easy. Make deals with murderers. Yeah, I've come to make mine. I'll give you a confession, a real confession.
What kind of a deal?
Just have to give you something in return. A bed. Cobra formula.
A little hawk to a...
Oh. Nice bed.
Nice bed.
The one he has is lumpy.
Nick ignores it. He's not a detailed person. He doesn't deal with prison conditions. Dunnigan says they're bolted in. That's what wrenches are for, dumbass.
Golden dumpster. He's so annoyed.
He wants one of those Duxiana beds. Frank Duxiana beds.
Manan. What kind of a bed?
I've seen the commercial. They talk over each other. He wants the bed. That's the deal. Let me think about that for a second. How about fuck no?
I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm going to spoil something. Put me down for a fucking file for this movie. I'm in, man. I am so fucking in on this movie.
Prison movies are fun, man.
I hadn't seen it in 15 years, man.
What I've discovered is from watching this, watching Half Past Dead, it's really hard to fuck up a prison movie.
It sure is, yeah.
Cantrell wonders why Nick said no. Tells him to take his ego out of it. This case is shit. 1038. This case is shit. We need a confession. He's playing us. Well, then we will play him.
Yeah, bring my wife in here. Detective Conair says there's an urgent call from his office. It's his wife about the video.
Tactical redundancy. This motherfucker sent a DVD to my house of him killing Darby.
Regina Hall is crying like, oh my God, the baby saw it. It's like, no, baby, it's all right. I'll be home. By the way, she gets to see the face. I was like, nigga, are you asking if your child saw the face of the murderer? You could just wait until you saw the video?
Could she be an eyewitness here? Could she testify?
It reminded me of the story about when I was 19 years old. I had a fake ID on me. We were walking in Buckhead in Atlanta, and when the cops stopped us walking between bars and asked for IDs, I stupidly handed him my fake ID. And this wasn't like a fake ID like it wasn't me. It was a fake ID that my friend made on his computer, right? And the cop looks at the ID, and he looks at me, he's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I say, oh, officer, yo, I'm sorry. I just have it because my friends are all 21 and I don't even drink. I just want to be able to go and get in the bars and hang out with them. I swear to God, da-da-da. And so finally he's like, all right, man, go ahead. So I take one step away and I was like, you think I could get that ID back? And he's like, what? I was like, I ran away. By the way, of course, I was drunk off my ass when all this was happening.
Of course you were, yes. All right. Warden asks if he wants to bargain with this man. The art of the possible, Warden. Make the deal.
What kind of a deal?
Art of the possible? We see the cops bringing the mattress.
The guards are carrying it in, including some new bedding.
The prisoners are furious.
Back problems, Warden. The worst.
This is a golden dumpster where his cellmate says, nice bed. Thank you. It's a single.
That's white power bill.
My note was, not after tonight, it's not going to be.
Sarah found something in Clyde's missing years. Contract payments to Clyde from the Department of Defense. I wonder if this means anything. 9 properties transferred to a corporation in Panama. Nick doesn't care who she has to piss off or if they invade Panama again. What? What's there to find the reason why he's hiding those properties?
He's home now, kids sleeping, probably full of nightmares.
She's knocked out.
Told her the video isn't real, horror film. She'll be okay. She won't.
Denise is a really older person's name. I've never met a child named Denise.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
A 10-year-old named Denise? Never.
In court, Nick requests that Clyde's bail be denied, and Judge Birch asks if Clyde has a statement.
Your Honor, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Ah, he said it.
I'm just a regular guy. I am not a flight risk. And this is my first alleged offense. and the prosecution has not presented one single piece of evidence against me.
That's what I wrote. What the fuck is that in his mouth? Because he talks like that.
Now, in these circumstances, unless the state has obtained some new piece of information relating to my involvement in the matter in question, then I find it highly prejudicial, even constitutionally offensive, to keep me detained without bail. It's a slippery slope, Your Honor. Haven't we seen the result of such violations both internationally and domestically? Case in point would be Day v. McDonough, docket number 041325.
I am actually inclined to agree with you, Mr. Shelton.
This is a masterclass in fucking with somebody.
Nick says he agreed to confess, but there's no confession. Judge Birch's opinion, state failed to establish compelling basis for its motion. She's about to grant Clyde bail. Nick cuts her off.
I would caution you not to do that.
Clyde starts clapping. Thank you. Excuse me? No, I don't think I will excuse you. Cobra formula.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. You are about to let me go. Are you kidding me?
You got to chew more while you're talking.
This is why we're here in the first place. You think I don't remember who you are, lady?
Well, how carefully should I tread? Because apparently I just killed 2 people. And you were about to let me walk right out that door. How misguided are you? I feed you a couple of bullshit legal precedents, and there you go. You jump on it like a bitch and eat.
Oh, don't you mean abroad?
Folks, you all
I'm
hang out
warning
in
you,
the same
Mr.
little
Sheldon,
club.
you
and
will
every
be held
day
in
you let
contempt of this
madmen and
court.
murderers back on the street. You're too busy treating the law like it's a
One more
fucking
time.
assembly line.
One
You
more
have any
time.
idea what justice
You
is?
are now in
Whatever happened to
contempt
right and
of
wrong?
court.
Jesus
Remove
Christ!
this
Whatever
man
happened to
from
right
my
and
court.
wrong? Whatever happened to the people?
Bail denied.
Whatever happened to
Bail
justice?
denied.
And I bet you take it up the fucking ass, bitch.
Bailiff.
I see you later, Nick.
And this for me is 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shit.
Plot lift off.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm not mad at any of these plot liftoffs. I agree with all of them. I agree with every single one. By the way, lock me in, golden dumpster, him saying you jump on it like a bitch in heat.
Oh, I like better. I bet you take it up the fucking ass, bitch. See you later, Nick. Because it reminded me of ass to mouth, anal beads. Hi, Brent.
Yeah.
Such a cheerful aside.
Well, the whole scene. You can give it for the whole fucking scene.
Golden dumpster, yeah.
Dare I say, we locked Gerard Butler in for ass off?
Oh!
Dude.
I'm not a Gerard Butler dude, but holy shit.
At this point, that motherfucker shot to the moon. And for the rest of the movie, he's asked the fuck off.
I lost it here. I don't care what we said before this. Maybe this is plot liftoff. Is this what it's like to be a mean? What's happening to me right now?
You've become unstuck in the timeline of this movie.
I started having misogyny feelings again. Remember like when you were a 14-year-old boy?
I have misogyny feelings every day.
This is a pretty amazing scene because he spent 10 years reading that one bankruptcy law book, and then he puts it all into effect by going into Nick's domain, his job where he gets 96% of cases convicted.
96%, yo.
He gives it to Nick. After that, he's like, see, you fell for it, judge. And then he gives it to the judge. A+.
He spent 10 years studying bird law just so he could flip it on him. Back to the interrogation castle.
The octagon cage.
Interrogation castle.
Nick chides Clyde for choosing the insanity defense. Talks about the movie that he sent to Nick is all about good and evil, the righteous prospering, the wicked suffering.
Oh,
this is bad writing.
Nick starts the recording. Clyde says it was him on the video. Nick says it's not good enough. He needs specifics.
Fair enough.
Goes into incredibly descriptive detail of the story, so we all know.
He does remind him that what kind of a deal is a what kind of a deal?
I took his fingers with bolt cutters, his toes with tin snips, his balls with a hacksaw, and his penis with a box cutter.
Maze, you gotta clip this as the end.
If I see your dick one more time, I'm gonna fucking shoot it off. You don't have enough bullets, bitch.
How's that for specifics?
And names?
Switching the canisters was easy. Everything's automated these days, so I just hacked into the shipping company's server and swapped a few numbers around so the package came to me.
He hacked into the shipping container's server. Yeah. Took over Jeremy Tachet's microphone.
Then I switched to potassium chloride with something a little more
deliberate. Well, I'm tired of hearing your bullshit. I got everything I need.
Fox gets tired of hearing this bullshit?
Yeah.
What? You're getting a confession, buddy. What do you mean?
I got everything I need.
I don't think you do. He goes home. Butler goes to prison. He mocks the words Butler uses, says it'll make him feel better about the system.
Clyde offers another confession for another
Kind of a deal.
wants something in return, tells Nick that Del Frisco's caters.
Del Frisco's.
Wants a 20-ounce porterhouse steak for lunch. Medium, maybe a little bit charred, with all the trimmings.
All the makings.
Pommes frites, asparagus, butter squash. Fuck you and your pommes frites.
Vic Vega shows up and puts some cilantro to elevate it.
Golden dumpster. He also wants his iPod
So
so he can listen to some music.
He wants his iPod Nano. Fox says, first rule of negotiating, you have to have something to bargain with. The life of Bill Reynolds suffice?
Donegan wonders who that is. It's Darby's lawyer.
Hell, I'm going to enter Zach to Louis Finot.
Really?
Yeah, because it's Gerard Butler, which sounds nothing like Gerard Butler, but it makes me laugh because
It's all right. He doesn't sound anything like an American, so it works.
Reynolds' wife reported him missing 3 days ago. Clyde's now talking to them directly through the camera.
How?
At the moment, Bill is still alive. I want my meal and music at 1 o'clock sharp.
How did he know these conversations were happening at this moment to chime into the fucking camera? How?
He's Vigilante West, Zach. That's how.
This is an Olympic-sized swimming pool Sean Astin is digging at this point.
how did he know the video was coming at the same time? It's
You don't have fucking FaceTime from Eternia? None of this works.
the timing. He literally just sat there. It's like, by now, they'll probably be saying something along the lines of,
Yeah.
and now I'll just start giving them exposition.
You can't tell me that this is not the origin story of a Batman-level supervillain for Gerard Butler.
Origin story? This motherfucker's already a villain. He's already a supervillain. There's no origin. We're here.
What origin? What story?
What are you talking about?
That steak looks terrible, by the way.
Looks awful.
My God.
What in the fucking Vic Vegas going on here with the steak?
So they cooked it, and then they drove it in a van out to prison, I don't know, 45 minutes away?
Minimum.
They run it through the metal detector multiple times.
Uncovered.
And Nick is arguing with the warden about getting it at the right time. Dunnigan says to let him wait. Christ, he sawed a guy's dick off.
Here's the part where I got really offended. As they're wheeling the food through Gen Pop or whatever,
Yeah.
we get a lot of disembodied voices.
Yep.
But one of them says, "Where the fuck is my fried food at?" And I said, "Oh, that's super racist, Dad."
Yep.
I feel like they wanted him to say fried chicken, and they're like, "Yeah, that's too much."
That's too much. Just say fried food.
The guy put a lot into it too. Like, where the fuck is my fried food at? Bro, you didn't have to give it your all. I promise you.
That disembodied voice was Pluto TV.
The steak is medium rare, even though he asked for medium. He got asparagus and mac and cheese instead of his trimmings and pommes frites. I would be pissed about that. They got the order wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Clyde is eating this one-handed, while the other hand is handcuffed to the bed, and he's turning White Power Bill into Cuck O'Leary with this meal. Hey, waiter, put down 30% for yourself.
They're definitely going to dispute the charge. He asked for the time. It's 1:08 after the warden said 1. Butler asked the warden how he can expect him not to fuck with him when he can't even be honest.
Dishonest warden. Clyde wants silverware. Warden offers him a spork. Then he gives Nick the location in latitude and longitude, tells him to hurry. They're already late. They go to the police helicopter waiting outside. We've got Clyde's iPod playing The Who, connected to a speaker.
He's ass off eating the asparagus. I mean, you can't fight this anymore.
No.
This dude is just ass off, man.
He's locked in, man. Butler says he probably needs to share it with White Power Bill. I'm going to get up, cock my right hand, split your whole fucking skull in two. How about that? Says to join him. There's plenty. Gives him pasta. Gives him steak.
He tells him to come on over here. He moves the chair 3 inches.
Yeah.
This is a closet that they're in. It's not like he's sitting on the other side of the room.
See, Mays, you've never done a radio show with Rick Kamla. Get in here. I thought Rick Kamla, get in here.
Somebody asked what he did to get in there. I did what I had to do.
You got a girl or something?
Long story. I know where this is going.
White Power Bill. It's got a few broads back home.
That's not the way you talk to a broad, you understand?
You understand?
Oh, same note too.
You don't have a boyfriend in here, though. Ah, fuck out of here. We like to have fun.
Fuck out of here, banter.
He doesn't say no.
No.
He's like,
you know how it is. Butler's hiding the bone from the steak under the table.
And the cheese eggs in Welch's grape.
They're digging Reynolds.
Give yourself a ding right there.
Out of the ground. They dig Reynolds up in an oxygen tank, but he's gone. He's cuffed. IV line. Butler shows his cellmate how to increase the volume on the iPod so it gets real loud.
Way to distract him with some auto technology, because White Power Bill's been in prison for a while, so he doesn't know how the remote works.
He shanks him in the throat like you would not fucking believe.
But why?
That is a fuckload of blood.
Holy shit.
I was waiting for some explanation. It turns out that White Power Bill had also raped and murdered a family or some shit. Nope.
To get into solitary.
It is to get into solitary, but yes, I thought White Power Bill would have some significance.
Yeah.
He was, as we later find out, a pawn.
Also, prisoners screaming to take his head off. Disembodied voices.
Shit, check this out. Ass on for that disembodied voice.
Covered in blood, lays back down on the bed.
Where did he get the shank from?
The bone.
From the steak.
T-bone steak.
Oh.
That was actually kind of clever. I like that. Because if you get a ribeye, you're not getting that bone.
Hey, T-bone.
Riot gear comes in. Warden can't believe it. Butler says he needs a shower. It's 1:37. Took them 15 minutes to get there. Reynolds' air was going to shut off at 1:15. Butler gets his lunch on time. He'd still be alive.
So Nick sloughs the blame right onto the warden.
Yep.
No accountability.
And then Detective Conner says, fuck this guy. We can play games too. Time to take the gloves off.
Sarah tells Nick that the warden is moving Clyde to solitary,
where he can jack it 24/7.
Dog, and you ain't got to worry about White Power Bill raping you on your fucking new mattress.
Oh,
R-wording you.
Oh, there it is. That's better.
Camera rotates as Nick looks frustrated and perplexed.
Fox is talking to Butler now. Found Reynolds. Too late from what I hear. Jesus. Called his wife. Husband had been buried alive. That's what they told her. Justice should be harsh, Nick, especially for those who denied it to others.
Nick asks about the cellmate. You murdered a man because your lunch was late. No, you murdered him because you couldn't keep your word. Pretty important principle I'd like you to start learning. Keeping your word.
Fox wants to know the principle when he tortured and killed those people. Everyone must be held accountable. We get that again.
Accountability.
There's this weird shot of Gerard Butler from behind, and we're looking through the little bars, and we see Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Teeing him up, but also... I couldn't help but think to myself, Gerard Butler really needs a do-rag in this scene.
Oh my God.
You really just want this to be half past that again.
If this happened in New Alcatraz, can you imagine?
This solitary is a straight up dungeon.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
It is spacious, though.
That is an old Philadelphia prison.
This is a dungeon out of the timeline set.
They don't even have prison bars. It is definitely a dungeon lattice design or whatever.
He asked what his wife and daughter would think about killing in their name. He holds up the bracelet his daughter made. Butler then takes it from him.
Long fucking pause.
Says his wife and daughter can't feel anything.
Moment of silence.
They're dead.
You are dead.
They're dead.
Nick's in his office looking at the statue of Lady Justice.
Fucking real estate's position.
Sarah's gonna call in a favor from a friend. Don't name your friend or they stop doing you favors. Which is Nick's own quote that he doesn't recognize.
Matuzak trained her well.
Cantrell pulled ancient strings for a meeting with, quote, someone who does some really nasty shit so we can live the American dream.
Guys, are you ready for some back alley exposition?
Oh.
As we meet my man in a trench coat and a hat in an alley.
It's a guy from House of Cards.
You mean to tell me my twin brother is CIA?
Beanie Siegel. Ground rules. He was never here. They never spoke. Time for some crucial hidden backstory exposition that'll unlock the whole movie. Clip it.
Tell us what we're dealing with. Shelton was a spy?
Look, spies are a dime a dozen. I'm a spy. Clyde is a brain. He's a think tank type guy. His specialty was low-impact kinetic operations.
Just a hell of a fancy way to say that he kills people.
We kill people. He figured out how to do it without ever being in the same room. It was his gift, and he was the best. One time we're tasking this tricky target. I mean, we're using cruise missiles and predators, and we even had a B-2 bomber flatten this guy's villa with J-Dam.
Or as they call it, Jargon Dam.
All right, we're burning up millions in ordnance, and we're getting nowhere with this guy. So we call Clyde, and we ask him to solve our problem. Clyde develops a Kevlar thread with a high-tech ratchet made of carbon fiber. Put in a necktie. 2 days later, Mrs. Bad Guy comes home, finds Mr. Bad Guy dead on the bathroom tile, choked to death. What I'm saying is just assume that this guy can hear and see everything that you're doing.
No, we got him locked away. Maximum security.
He's in jail. It's because he wants to be in jail. He's a born tactician. Every move that he makes, it means something.
The cellmate being killed was a pawn moved off the board. If I were you, I'd be looking for the next piece. Nick wants it dumbed down even more. You saying we can't stop him? Walk into his cell and put a bullet into his head. Aside from that, no, you can't stop him. If Clyde wants you dead, you're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead. Beep, bop, boop. Same note, too.
He calls Bibb to have the judge keep Butler on ice, tells Bibb to stay at Chester's place for a few days and send a patrol car to Fox's house. He has a TOCB-S Bluetooth earpiece.
Oh, sure. My note. And now he's going to go coach his AAU game afterwards.
Judge says she can't supersede the penal code. Half-decent paralegal will have him out of solitary by next week.
Cantrell and Nick are asking her to cut off his options as much as possible. Wrap it around whatever piece of legal doctrine that helps you rationalize it, Your Honor.
Oh.
She says, so you want me to violate his civil rights in the name of some murky sense of the greater good? I'm game.
Just don't plan on it sticking for long.
Legal system. Legal formula?
Then her phone rings. Nick can't believe that she would answer her phone. One of the benefits of being a judge, I can do pretty much whatever I want.
Famous fucking last words.
I can even buy a boat named Live Forever.
Holy shit. She got the iPhone Live Forever, and this thing blows her brains out. It's a gun. She answers it, and it's a gun.
It turned the phone into a gun. Bang. And I said, CT5 kills.
Oh.
CT5 kills, CT5 weapon?
Interesting. I went CT5 McBain, CT5 Live Forevers.
Oh.
That's not a bad idea.
This was a money playing,
yeah,
I can't lose level Live Forever. I can do whatever I want.
Is Amin drinking red wine at 12:45?
He swirled it in front of the camera for us to look at and admire.
Look, man, nothing says I'm sorry like a cheap bottle of wine. The hotel fucked up my room. As I came back, and they left a bottle and a note. Sorry.
They kicked Pierre out.
I was like, oh, okay. So then I looked up, wow, I wonder how much this costs. It's like $19. I was like, all right.
Well, that's probably more expensive than I would expect.
That's retail.
Is it one of those half bottles?
No, it's a
full ass bottle. Wow.
Oh.
Big time, baby.
About to get wine drunk. Do a Cinephobe.
I mean, it's useless. We're 4 hours in and he's already drunk. He's got to do something at 1 a.m. He's going to be drunk. Cinephobe is going to be at 1 a.m. and he's not going to be able to do it. Like, what, are you kidding me? He's hammered.
I might need to revisit my golden dumpster here because that phone becoming a gun was fucking dope.
It took me aback.
It shocked me.
Yeah.
She's dead. You are dead. Fox goes to interrogation cathedral to talk to Butler.
Octagon cage.
So you're killing judges now, huh? That's how you approach that?
Lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten, and vengeance keeps you warm at night. Vengeance? You think this is what this is about? Vengeance?
Why don't you tell me what it's about, Gerard Butler?
Anything. This is his cat and mouse since killing season. It's a big time cat and mouse game. He starts naming Fox and his family's schedule. He could have slaughtered him or his family anytime he wanted to. You even think about touching my family, and Butler smirks. I do my job. I'm the best at it. It works.
I don't think you're the best at it, Nick. Hate to break it to you.
You're the best at getting convictions.
Yeah.
You're the best at passing on cases that might hurt your record.
Yeah, with the cases that you will be able to convict.
Mayes, 96%, yo.
How did he let that 4% get by him? That's what I want to know.
Great question.
Damn. Imagine how mad he got on the day.
Oh, he must have been furious.
So mad.
Must have beat the shit out of Regina Hall.
Oh, he says that has to change. What do you want? You at war with the whole world? Not going to bring anybody back. He says, I'm at war with this broken thing.
What's that, Zach?
This thing that brought you and I together.
What is it?
Systems? Legal formula.
This broken thing works for people that are sane.
Not really, though.
That's a horrible comeback. That is awful.
He says, you and whoever you have helping, you're going to pay. He says, I don't think you have any idea who's helping me or what I'm doing.
Doesn't see the larger picture. You see the bodies. You see the smoke. Claude gives him one last chance. Release me and drop all the charges by 6 a.m. Or what? Or I kill everyone with Cobra formula.
Slow-mo of him walking in chains down a hallway. Denzel still did it better.
He's not shuffling.
Yeah, he's not shuffling because Denzel knows.
He knew.
Even though the prop department didn't get this right, I know.
Fox calls Leslie Bibb, says he has to have an accomplice inside the prison, go through everyone's files, find a connection, bring the files to the prison.
I'm sorry it took me this long to realize. Leslie Bibb is nothing more than an exposition vehicle that she doesn't even provide from herself.
No.
She provides from her friend Lomax, who we never see it.
Chester Cheetah.
This motherfucker off screen, giving her all the exposition that she then gives to Fox. She has zero other purpose other than what's about to happen in a couple of scenes.
Well, and having nice legs at the execution.
That's true.
For Reynolds to comment on.
She's his work wife. She absolutely has a purpose.
Terrible work wife.
She says, man, this treaty with Panama is a mess. This treaty with Panama?
I don't understand the Panama's position.
So they're trying to get the files from the bank accounts.
No, I understand what's happening.
Oh.
What I don't understand is why Panama is a hot button topic in 2009.
It's catching a stray. Well, last time we invaded Panama, apparently this wasn't a problem.
Oh.
Got to invade Panama a second time.
So the idea is that they're going to match the prices from his corporate expenses to the sale prices so that they can find the things that he bought.
She wants to know if he'd cut a deal the same way now as he did before.
Oh boy.
What kind of a deal?
Yeah.
This is his job. He has to make choices. But did you make the right choice? I'm like, shouldn't you be looking up Panama?
Clearly, he didn't make the right choice. That's obvious at this point.
My dumbass wondered, is she the accomplice? I'm trying to figure it out.
I thought it for a brief second, but then she follows that up with, I'm 35 and I haven't got married. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? You question my decision making and then you start talking about not getting dick?
You're turning down Chip's dick and all of a sudden now you're wondering 10 years later?
See, Amin, she gave up having a life just to get that 96%, yo.
Well, she might be higher.
She's chasing the numbers.
And here she realized at this moment that I don't want your life.
When she's like, I gave up those things for more than a high conviction rate and everything, he doesn't say anything.
No.
That's the end of the scene. No answer. No nothing.
Because she did.
You know why? Because she did, but he didn't give up pussy.
Oh,
he didn't.
He's beating that Regina Hall every night.
Not every night.
Yeah, every night.
Once.
Oh, that's when the 4%. Yeah. See what you made me do?
He just neglected his child.
Oh, well, look.
Clock ticking to 6 a.m. Oh, shit. Is that Brigham? Brigham still around?
Brigham is still alive. That's shocking.
I was stunned by this.
Clock's about to strike 6 a.m. Everybody's watching the clock.
Pepsi's on the table. The drink from Madam Web.
Mm-hmm. Madam Web. Fox says to get focused. He's not God. He's just well prepared. They equally need to be well prepared. Go home, get a couple hours, get a fresh start.
But they're all in the office at 6 a.m.
They're at the prison.
He brought them to the prison. He said, bring the files.
Oh.
They moved operations to the prison and they pulled an all-nighter all together.
Mm-hmm.
But then they didn't release him?
If someone said everybody dies.
Yeah.
And you have reason to believe by everybody, he means the DA's office.
Yeah.
Why would we all be in the same room?
Because the prison's safe.
Isn't this like designated survivor? Everybody go somewhere else?
No, because they're in the Live Forever office at the prison.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They start to leave. Bibb and Fox share a look and a nod. She tells him, go get some rest.
That is a look bursting with Live Forever energy.
He says, give Chester my regards. I said, oh no, she's dead.
She's dead.
She's dead.
You are dead.
She is dead.
You are dead.
Keep up him.
When can he meet him? Not ready for that. Butler playing with the bracelet. Cars start blowing up left and right in the parking lot. For some reason, Leslie Bibb doesn't get out of her car.
No.
She starts going for the passenger seat.
Maze, I need you to clip from Family Guy.
Always makes me feel so stupid. More stupid than that time you locked your keys out of the car? Damn it! Hey! Somebody! Hey, sir, you see those keys there? Sir? Oh, screw you!
How do you get locked inside a car? That is as bingo a move as ever.
CT5 worst death right there.
Not good.
It blows up. And I said, women drivers, am I right?
Maze, hit him. Misogyny. That ain't no way to talk to a dame.
Another broads.
Oh, yeah. I used broad last night in conversation.
Oh, boy. How'd that go?
It went great, man.
Okay. Who were you with?
Joe Piscopo.
Frank Sinatra.
R. Kelly.
Oh, R. Kelly.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.